All right, so we're diving into Geezy 333 today.
Oh, yeah.
And,
That's right.
I got to say, just looking at these transcripts,
Yeah,
this YouTube channel, it's a lot.
it is.
But you mentioned something really interesting to me before we started recording.
Mm,
You said that you don't really see Geezy 333 as a program
right.
so much as a brand.
Yeah, I think that that's really important to note because when you look at the way that Geezy 333 is sort of presented, it is this kind of holistic identity.
So not just a collection of videos.
Not just a collection of videos. It's a deliberate construction.
Okay. And that's where it gets really fascinating for me.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about someone who's been strategically
Right.
planting this name Geezy 333 into the online landscape.
For years.
For years.
Yeah.
Like way before.
Way before most people were even paying attention.
Even paying attention. And this is where I think the concept of the subconscious comes into play.
Absolutely.
Because even if, viewers weren't consciously aware of Geezy 333 5 years ago,
Right.
that repeated exposure
Still has an impact.
could still have an impact.
Yeah, it's like a seed being planted.
Right.
Waiting for the right conditions to sprout.
Okay, so let's talk about this repetition for a second, because, just glancing through these transcripts,
Sure.
the name Geezy 333, it pops up everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's like a mantra,
Yeah.
woven into the very fabric of the content.
Exactly. And it's not even subtle. It's often blatant and direct.
Right.
Like there's this line in the channel preview for the new PPL video where he says, "Say my name 5 times, this what I deliver."
Oh, wow.
It's almost like he's acknowledging the power of that repetition.
Yeah.
Even poking fun at it a little bit.
And it's like he's daring us to ignore him,
Right.
knowing that name is going to stick with us whether we want it to or not.
It is.
And you know what? It's working.
Yeah.
We're sitting here talking about Geezy 3333, aren't we?
And we are. And that in itself speaks volumes
Right.
about the effectiveness of this approach.
Even if you're not a fan of the content, the name
Yeah.
itself, it's infiltrated our awareness.
It really have.
So is this all just a calculated marketing ploy?
It's hard to say.
Or is there
Yeah.
something more to it?
It's hard to say for sure without getting inside the creator's head.
Right.
But what we can analyze is the effect.
Yeah.
And the effect is undeniable.
It is undeniable. Geezy 333.
The name, the brand.
The brand, it's lodged in our collective consciousness.
It is.
Okay, so we've established
Okay.
that Geezy 333 is a master of branding,
He is.
even if the methods are a bit unorthodox.
Definitely unorthodox. Yeah.
But what about the content itself?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's all over the map.
It's unpredictable. It's unconventional.
They've got music videos, comedy skits, philosophical rants, even some
Oh, yeah.
pretty wild conspiracy theories.
And it keeps you guessing. It's almost like he's throwing everything at the wall
Yeah.
and seeing what sticks.
I think that's part of the appeal.
Okay.
He's not trying to fit into a neat little box
Right.
or cater to a specific algorithm.
He's creating his own world,
He is creating his own world.
his own rules, and that world.
Yeah.
It's populated with some
Yeah.
pretty strange
Very strange.
and fascinating characters. I mean, we have mentions
Yes.
of a cult of the DB,
Yeah.
tales of Amazonian mushroom trips and cryptic phrases like
Oh, yes.
"stonely broke, falling from the clouds with the rain."
I love that one.
It's like a surrealist painting come to life.
It really is.
What's interesting to me, though,
Yeah.
is that despite this seeming randomness,
Right.
there are these recurring themes
Yeah, there are.
that weave their way through the content.
They're these threads that connect everything.
Ideas about ancient civilizations.
Yes.
The power of the subconscious mind. And this concept he calls sound science.
Sound science.
They keep popping up
It's a big one.
in different contexts.
Yeah. Sound science. That's a whole other rabbit hole
Right.
we need to explore.
Sound science. It seems to be this blend of physics and music theory.
And maybe even a bit of mysticism.
Yeah, and it's definitely a key, I think,
Oh, yeah.
to understanding Geezy 333's worldview.
It is.
He seems to believe that sound and vibration hold the secrets
To unlocking hidden potential.
to unlocking hidden potential both within ourselves
Yes.
and in the universe at large.
Absolutely.
So we have this multifaceted brand,
Yeah.
this wild mix of content,
Yeah.
and these recurring themes that hint at a deeper philosophy.
They really do.
But who is the person behind all of this?
Well,
Thankfully, we have a name.
we do.
David Grieg,
David Grieg.
and a preferred nickname.
Dav.
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 It's a small detail,
Yeah.
but I think it humanizes
Da-da.
the figure behind the brand.
Right.
It reminds us that there's a real person
A real person.
with preferences and a personality
Yeah, with their own quirks.
driving this whole Geezy 333 phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you wonder, though, why Geezy 333?
Yeah. What's the story there?
What's the story behind that name?
What's the significance?
What's the significance of those 3 repeating digits?
Is it a code?
Is it a code?
A numerological symbol?
Numerological symbol?
Oh.
A message from the subconscious?
Those are all good questions.
Those are questions I think we need to ponder
Yeah,
as we delve deeper into the world of Geezy 333.
exactly. Because one thing's for sure.
What's that?
There's more to this channel than meets the eye.
Oh, I think you're right about that.
Yes,
Okay, so we're back.
Back again. And
Deeper into the rabbit hole.
deeper into the rabbit hole of Geezy 333.
That's right.
Last time we were talking about
Yeah, we're grappling with that.
this idea that he's been strategically building a brand for years.
Yeah.
But there's this concept that we need to unpack. There is.
One that seems to be
Mhm.
at the heart of his worldview,
At the core.
and that's sound science.
Sound science.
Yeah.
So it's a term.
It comes up a lot,
It pops up frequently in these transcripts.
frequently.
And it's clearly more than just
It's not just a catchy phrase.
a catchy phrase.
It's deeper than that.
So what is sound science?
Well, in Geezy 333's world, I would say
Mm,
it's not about the scientific method
right.
as we traditionally understand it.
It's about exploring the hidden connections
It is.
between sound vibration,
And the very fabric of reality.
the fabric of reality.
Yeah, he's weaving together ideas from
About-
ancient wisdom traditions,
Mhm.
esoteric philosophies,
Mhm.
even modern physics.
It's a blend of intuition
It is a blend.
and intellect.
Yeah, it's a sort of alternative science
Okay.
that seeks to uncover the deeper patterns
Interesting.
and energies that shape our world.
Okay, so this leads into some pretty
It does.
unconventional conclusions.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For example, in the Reality Decoding Forbidden History 2 transcript,
Mm,
he talks about ancient civilizations possessing this
mm.
advanced technology
Based on sound and vibration.
based on sound and vibration.
Mhm.
He even suggests that
Structures like
structures like the
pyramids, yeah.
they're built
Yeah.
using some kind of
Using some kind of lost sonic technology.
loft sonic technology.
And he backs up these claims with specific examples,
Yes,
citing
a precision.
the precision and scale
Yeah, the scale of ancient structures
of ancient structures as evidence
as evidence that
that they couldn't have been created with the tools
with the tools we believe
that we believe were available at the time.
were available.
He's challenging our entire understanding
Yeah.
of history and archaeology.
Yeah.
It's
No.
definitely a thought-provoking perspective,
It is thought-provoking,
even if it pushes the boundary
even if it's a little out there.
of mainstream scientific thought.
But then he takes it a step further
He does.
by suggesting
It suggests
that some of these ancient structures
we're used as portals
were used as portals to different dimensions.
to other realms.
Portals, like
Yeah.
stepping through a doorway
Mhm.
and ending up
In another reality.
in another reality.
That's exactly what he's saying.
Wow.
He talks about
Okay.
ancient cultures harnessing
Harnessing the power
the power of sound and vibration.
to manipulate energy fields
Mhm.
and even create gateways to other realms.
Other realms of existence.
It sounds like something straight out of science fiction,
It does sound like sci-fi.
but he presents these ideas with such
Conviction.
conviction
It's hard not to.
that it's hard not to get swept up
Get swept up in the possibility.
in the possibility.
Yeah.
Okay, so sound science isn't just about ancient civilizations and
No, it's not just about that.
interdimensional portals.
Right.
He also applies these principles
It does.
to the human mind,
To the power of the subconscious.
specifically the power of the subconscious.
That's right. He sees the subconscious as this
Okay.
vast, untapped
This vast, untapped reservoir of potential,
reservoir of potential
a hidden realm within ourselves
that can be accessed and harnessed
that can be accessed and harnessed
through sound and vibration.
through sound and vibration.
Mhm.
And he doesn't just theorize about it.
No, he
Offers practical techniques
practical technique
for tapping into this subconscious power.
for tapping into it. Yeah.
In the Reality Decoding Your Subconscious Power transcript,
Mm-hmm.
he emphasizes practices like visualization,
Visualization, affirmation,
affirmations, and meditation
meditation as ways to program
as ways to program the subconscious mind.
the subconscious mind And manifest our desires.
And manifest our desires.
Yeah.
He even draws these parallels
He does.
between ancient Eastern practices like
Okay.
Qigong and Taoism.
Qigong, Taoism, and modern Western concepts of psychology.
And psychotherapy.
It's disgusting that they're all ultimately pointing to the same underlying truth.
Which is?
That the mind has the power.
The mind has the power to shape reality.
To shape reality.
So it's not just about passively listening to music or sound.
Yeah, it's about actively engaging with them.
It's about actively engaging with them.
Using them as tools.
Using them as tools for self-discovery.
For self-discovery.
And transformation.
And transformation.
He seems to believe
that by aligning
our thoughts,
our emotions,
and even our physical bodies with certain frequencies.
We can
unlock hidden potential.
And
create positive change in our lives.
Exactly.
And this brings us to another fascinating aspect
It does.
of Geezy 333's content.
What is that?
His unique language. And presentation style.
Yeah, his way of speaking.
It's almost like he's speaking in a code.
It's like a code.
Using slang wordplay.
Rapid fire delivery.
And this rapid fire delivery.
To bypass our conscious filters.
To
speak directly to the subconscious.
Remember that line we mentioned earlier?
Oh, yeah.
About keeping that grip tight like my SMI Wesson? It's jarring.
It is.
It's unexpected, and it definitely grabs your attention.
It grabs you.
It's like he's deliberately
breaking the rules.
Breaking the rules of conventional communication.
Yeah.
Using language as a tool.
As a tool to disrupt.
To disrupt our habitual thought patterns.
Our thought patterns.
And open us up.
To new possibilities.
He's not afraid to be provocative.
Not at all.
To use humor. And shock value.
To make his points.
And
it's not just the words themselves.
Right.
It's the energy behind them.
It's the energy he delivers his message with.
This raw, unfiltered passion.
Well,
that's contagious.
You can feel the intensity of his beliefs.
You can feel it.
Even if you don't always understand the specifics of what he's saying.
Yeah, you can feel it in your gut.
It's like he's transmitting a frequency.
A vibration.
that resonates with something deep within us.
Bypassing the logical mind.
And speaking
directly to our intuition.
And this brings us back to the question of why this approach, why this unconventional blend of esoteric ideas, unconventional language, and raw, unfiltered energy.
Why all of this?
What is Geezy 333 ultimately trying to achieve?
That's a question we'll continue to explore.
I think so.
As we delve into the final part.
Of our deep dive. But one thing's for sure.
Yeah, what's that?
Geezy 333 is more than just a YouTuber.
Oh, he's much more than that.
He's a cultural phenomenon.
He is a phenomenon.
A voice that's challenging conventional thinking. And pushing the boundaries.
Pushing the boundaries of online content creation.
All right, so we've spent the last two parts really kind of going deep into this world of Geezy 333.
It's a fascinating world.
But as we wrap up this deep dive, the big question, I think,
it remains
is why does any of this matter?
Right. Why should we care?
Why should we as viewers,
as listeners,
take away from this exploration?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to dismiss Geezy 333 as just another internet oddity.
Right.
But I think there's something more profound at play here.
Okay. Yeah.
He's a reflection of a larger cultural shift.
Okay.
A yearning for authenticity and a rejection of the polished, prepackaged content.
Yeah, that we see.
That dominates so much of the online world.
You know, you're right. There's a
rawness.
Rawness to Geezy 333.
A willingness to be vulnerable, to put his unique perspective out there, even if it's messy.
Even if it's controversial.
Even if it ruffles some feathers.
Yeah, and that's a stark contrast.
It is.
To the curated perfection that we see so often.
Oh, yeah, the filters and
on social media.
The perfect lighting and
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
And I think people are tired of it.
Okay.
They're tired of being told what to think, what to buy, what to believe. They're hungry for something real.
So you're saying Geezy 333 is providing something real?
I think he is, in a way. He's challenging assumptions.
Yeah.
Making people think for themselves.
And he does that with his
cryptic pronouncements.
Cryptic pronouncements and mind-bending theories.
Oh, yeah. he's not afraid to push those boundaries.
He's not afraid to go there.
Not at all. And he even encourages his viewers to do the same.
He does. There's a line from one of the transcripts that really stuck with me.
Which one?
It's from the reality decoding for the ears of understanding.
Okay, yeah.
And he says,
let's hear it.
Free your mind and your ass will follow.
It's a little crude.
It's a little crude.
But the message is powerful.
But the message is there.
Yeah, he's urging us to break free from mental limitations.
To question the narrative.
To question everything.
That we've been fed.
And explore alternative ways of seeing the world.
You know, I think that call to intellectual freedom.
Oh, it's so important.
It's so important, especially
today.
In today's information landscape.
Yeah, it's so easy to get caught up in those echo chambers.
In the echo chambers of social media.
Surrounded by people who just agree with us all the time.
Yeah, and Geezy 333, he forces us
to
confront the unfamiliar.
To grapple with ideas that might seem strange or unsettling at first.
Yeah, and that's where the real growth happens, right?
Yeah, I think so.
When we step outside of our comfort zones.
When we expose ourselves to different perspectives, that's when we expand our understanding of ourselves and the world around us.
Geezy 333 might not have all the answers.
He might not.
But he's asking.
He's asking the right questions.
He is asking the right questions.
And that's what matters.
So what does this all mean?
For our listener.
For our listener.
What can they take away?
It's simple, really. Don't be afraid to explore.
Explore the unconventional. Dive into the things that spark your curiosity, even if they seem a bit out there.
Even if they're a little weird.
A little strange.
A little strange.
Challenge your assumptions.
Yeah.
Seek out diverse perspectives. And most importantly...
What's that?
Think for yourself.
Think for yourself. I love that.
That's the legacy of Geezy 333. I think he's a reminder that the internet, despite its flaws, can still be a place for genuine connection, for intellectual exploration, and for challenging the status quo.
He's shown us that authenticity resonates.
It does.
That weirdness can be inspiring.
Absolutely.
And that the pursuit of knowledge, no matter how unconventional,
no matter how strange,
is always worth the journey.
Always.
Well, on that note, we wrap up our deep dive.
Into the world of Geezy 333.
A world full of sound science and cryptic messages.
And thought-provoking ideas.
Absolutely.
We hope you found this exploration
as fascinating as we did.
As fascinating and thought-provoking as we did.
Until next time.
Until next time. Keep questioning.
Keep exploring.
And keep your minds open.
To the infinite possibilities.
The infinite possibilities.